That is definitely not quite right. And I've been living with this for about... feels like pretty much all of 2017, if I'm being totally honest about it. That may lead you to the question, which would be something along the lines of, Tom, what the f is going on? And I'd have to reply with, I have absolutely no idea. Before we get tidying, I want to make one thing absolutely clear. And I hate these stupidly long, drawn-out apologies that I feel that I have to make all the time for my channel fluctuating in content creation level and popularity and style and all these other things. But this time, I am genuinely sorry about the somewhat extraordinarily unexpected interruption in flow with my channel over the last 6 months or so. I'm going to show you 2 things that directly reflect and show in a very obvious way how disrupted I am in my world of IMNC. Part number 1 of that direct reflection: personal inbox, no number. Work inbox, no number. Google inbox, which of course is IMNC, 3,078. I crossed 3,000 the other day. When it builds up to 200, 300, even 400 when I've been particularly busy 1 week or 2 weeks or a month, that's okay, you know, that's normal. But when it builds up to over 3,000, yeah. You may be wondering what direct reflection part 2 is, and you've already seen it. It should already be obvious. Here it is in the flesh. As far as I'm concerned, running a channel like IMNC means that you need space for all of the geeky shite that you have and you want to make videos about. And you also need space not just for the shite itself, but for the filming and, you know, the tripod and the light thing and the editing and everything. You need space. And yeah, there is no space in here right now, as you can see. I'm having one of those days, maybe one of those days where you think that certain decisions that you may have made may be sort of not the best thing. And I'm hopefully going to try and combat some of that today by making some space both physically, virtually, and third thing, not both, just a third thing as well, mentally, to do what I love doing. Which is obviously this. I have a love for this. I have much more that I can give to this thing of filming things. So today's video is going to be just me tidying my office. Maybe I'll show you a couple of cool things along the way. I've got no idea. It depends if there are any cool things on the floor or on the desk that need to be tidied up. We're going to tidy it up as best as we can in this short space of time that I have today. And you may think that I'm wasting time right now with all of this faffing about, chatting, but this is so much more therapeutic than diving straight in, because this is why I need this space. So I'm going to talk to you guys about it. I find it vitally, ultimately, I have no vocab today. I find it vitally important. I really do. Who is that flippin' crazy dude? Just to clarify a little bit, and it needs clarification because I've got all sorts of different types of people watching my videos and watching my channel. It is so dark in this corner. Shh. The clarification is, I'm a very happy person at the moment. Very happy. My family life is absolutely fantastic. Jess is amazing, Eli's amazing, the new one that isn't quite cooked yet is amazing, despite the fact that we haven't met him, we know he's amazing already. Everything like that is absolutely fine. You know, sometimes when I upload crazier content, people start worrying about me, but I'm absolutely fine. This video today is a product of a sort of stressful work-related week. Not stressful because any events have happened. If anything, it's been a quiet week. But it's just a collaborative thing in my mind with lots of things that are going on. I've just noticed something that I'm going to have to show you guys in a minute. It's a collaborative thing of lots of things that are going on in my mind with thought processes and other little things. And yeah, I think it'll be really good for us today to tidy up in here so that I can re-kick the some of the nicer chapters of my life and my hobby/work life. Very blurred lines there. I think it'd be really good if I can kick some of those into place. And what I wanted to show you guys was we've got one red light on my raid. Red, green, green, and green? Yes, green. This drive is probably dead, or getting there. So yeah, they lasted pretty well. Used drives, I've had them, what, 3 years? S120, you are a gorgeous, gorgeous camera. I love you to pieces, but your batteries are so rubbish. Charging, dead, last spare. I need to do some ordering of some more batteries. Rock and roll. Right, where should we start? Light, always good, followed by more light. Boom, always good. Nice bit of light. I don't put the main light on when I'm recording because it's a cheaper LED bulb that seems to have a very, very low frequency. And when I put it on, it flickers. Let's try it now. It flickers in the eyes of the camera quite badly, depending on where I am. It's not too bad today, but I can still do without it. So let's start on the floor. Now firstly, this is a massive 90s JVC Kaboom box. A couple of people have asked because they've seen it in the background. This does not belong to me, it belongs to Jess's dad. It is pretty much broken. It's had a very hard life by the look of it. He wanted me to take a look at it to see if there was anything I could do with it. I've managed to get the amplifier portion up and running, so with an aux input, there's decent playback. The left side is a little bit lacking in amplifier power for some reason. I'm no expert. There are far deeper problems with this machine than I could ever solve, but I've done a little bit, and yeah, at least it sort of plays back now, but the CD will never, ever, ever work again. A lot of people ask about my ThinkPad R61. This little guy has not starred in a video for a while because, unfortunately, it's a little bit ill. It will only work when it's plugged in, no idea why. I think the battery's shot, but don't worry, I've got some more ThinkPad content coming up in the future, possibly a lot newer ThinkPad content, believe it or not. But yeah, I'm not leaving behind my trusty R61. It's done some cool things for me in the past. I haven't got a great attachment to it, but it is a nice tank of a Windows machine. 8-port gigabit switch has come from my parents' house. As you guys know, this was the main switch in my parents' house. It will be repurposed one day here for something useful, possibly. Nice bit of kit, really solid, TP-Link. One area of unknown is what to do with my loose cart N64 games. Obviously, I don't mean what to do with them in terms of keeping or getting rid. These are my games, man. I'm not getting rid of them. But they used to live in this drawer that was under the TV stand. TV stand is now up in the attic, as you guys know. Drawer is going to go with it, obviously. But at the moment, I've got nowhere to put my N64 stuff. There's nowhere downstairs to keep these safe from Eli. He is really on it at the moment in terms of exploration, which is totally fine. It just means that as an adult, you have to keep some of your grown-up toys away from that particular phase in the little one's life. But because otherwise it could become quite expensive. There we go, folks, check that out. All done. Yeah, right. In my dreams. Under here is still pretty shambolic, but a lot of these things are waiting to be properly organised and then put on these shelves that I have back there in a box, which are going to be up here on the wall. So yeah, you see those little boxes and things, they're all going to be neatly organised with bits and bobs, and the toolbox is going to be up there, and all that's going to be much better up there. So that's still a work in progress, as are many things. Progress is sweet. Gone is the pile of junk there. Now let's tackle this side. It's actually going a little quicker than I thought it would, folks. After all that procrastinating, we seem to be getting there. Fired up both the systems just to make sure everything is still okay, and cleared that side. We are looking good. Here's something that I silently acquired over the last few months. This is a Quantum LTO3 SCSI tape drive. It's a little bit of a beast. It weighs quite a lot, and it's metal, and it's got a big cooling fan in the back. It is very heavy. I got it with the power cable, a SCSI terminator, and a nice thick SCSI cable. I also got it with a cleaning cartridge, and I got two 400GB LTO3 tapes, 400 gig uncompressed, 800 gig compressed. These tapes, it depends where you find them, when you buy them, but they can be pretty damn cheap for the storage, and it's also pretty cool technology. So I've been excited about this drive. I picked it up super cheap, and I'm looking forward to doing something with it in the future. As you guys know, I've got a gorgeous SCSI card that works in a Power Mac G5. It's a PCIe SCSI card, and there's no better machine to hook one of these up to than a Power Mac G5, to be totally honest. So there'll be some cool content to come with this guy in the future. One tidy desk and one tidy other part of the desk. The only thing I haven't done is I've basically any paperwork that I saw around my office when I was tidying, I put up there in my incoming paperwork section. So that's for sorting another day, because sorting paperwork takes me a lot longer than general tidying. As you can see, I've put all of my discs back into the IMNC dodgy software corner. Not looking so dodgy these days, come to think of it. We've got some legit operating systems over there, a copy of Doom and Panther back there sitting on my Mac Mini G4, looking rather sexy. This corner is far from complete. I don't really want the IMNC dodgy software library taking up this much priority in terms of desktop space, even though this isn't a desk, you know, it's still space that I have here with my little rack and everything. Having a few little separate thoughts about this rack these days. I put this system together and I was very proud of it for a short space of time, and then a few different things happened. Firstly, the mains switch for this power conditioner, which feeds the entire audio system in this office, it's dodgy. So 1 out of every 20 switches, it'll completely trip the electric in the house. I've got no idea why. I've had a look inside the unit itself. It's nothing to do with any of the wiring inside the unit, as far as my eyes can tell. It must be within the switch itself. Just every so often it trips all of the electric, and I've got no clue why. I've got this microphone receiver, this wireless microphone receiver. It's a great receiver, but I just don't use it. I thought that using it would be more convenient than it actually ended up being, even when I was a lot more full-time in terms of my YouTube creation and general content. And then the only real useful thing in this rack, well, the power conditioner is useful because it conditions and distributes power to all of the other components. By the way, the incoming voltage display broke ages ago. No idea what's wrong with that. Really odd. Anyway, that's useful, don't get me wrong, but the compressor is the only real useful tool that I have in this rack, and it's a damn big rack, but it also creates a handy surface, so I don't think I'll be getting rid of it anytime soon. What I may do is make it slightly more useful for myself by moving the compressor up to underneath the power conditioner, replacing the power conditioner with a fully working unit that has no tripping issues, and then take away these two things. This is just a blank plate, and put a 13 amp distribution strip down here with 6 sockets in it, which will be more handy because when I want to plug in laptops and things over here, I can just plug them in there, and I think that would be much handier. And obviously I can feed that from the power down there. So yeah, I just thought I'd interject a little bit of chatting about at least some form of technology in my office here. But as you can see, for the most part, we are complete. I got a little bit of mess in the doorway over there, but as I say, for the most part, we are complete. Very happy, folks. Very, very happy. And in there, I've got a machine that I want to cover super soon. So everyone, I'd just like to say thank you for watching my video. I've got to be really quiet because Eli's asleep and my door is open and I can't close it because my door is blocked by stuff that I haven't sorted yet. So one super cool thing about coming back and playing around with some video stuff is I get to try some of these new YouTube features that weren't around when I last spent considerable time on the platform. So please subscribe if you enjoy, if you haven't already. Also, you can check out my last video. I actually did a video. Thank you for all the support on that video, by the way. So yeah, that's it.